Hello, my scrappy friends, and a big welcome to my YouTube channel today. It's Melinda Sweetman here with you with another share for Tracy Reed Designs. And I am playing with the brand new Radiate Joy collection, and I've created this layout. And see that those two floral clusters there? I created those in Photoshop, and that's pretty much my focus for my layout for today. But you can see here I've got a 12 by 12 pattern paper that I printed both of these patterns onto textured white cardstock, and then a 6 by 12 from the same collection. This is a freebie, so make sure you jump online and follow all the links to get all the 3 different pieces. Its full collection is so pretty. You can see those gorgeous digital florals there. I did create those in Photoshop, and I had a lot of fun doing it. This is one of my favorite things about using digital collections. I can print as many of the elements as many times as I want, or as few if there's things that are not particularly what I want to scrap with, at whatever size I want, in whichever orientation I want. And like I said, today I created these 2 floral clusters in Photoshop Elements. I played with the layers, with the orientation of them, how big they are, how small they are. I did all of that fun stuff in Photoshop Elements. I added drop shadows to everything. Then I've merged all my layers together and printed them through Silhouette Studio as one big piece, but it looks so real on this page. It's got so much dimension and texture. The way Tracy does her digital florals, they're just stunning. I love them so much. I will often print out like a sheet of A4 paper with just some of the digital florals rather than the stickers, and play with those with paper. But today I decided I was going to do all of that playing in Photoshop so that I could, like I said, create these clusters that were going to fit around my photo with my title on top and everything, and just keep it really like a simple process to put the pieces together once they were all printed. So you can see I've added stitching to this blue pattern paper. I've also added stitching to my photo, and I'm just coming in with some white. I think this is India ink. I'm not sure. I can't remember. White splatters, and I'm going to pop that aside, let it dry. First, I'm just going to make sure my photo is where I want it. If you notice right at the beginning, the title that I've used is Good Vibes Mostly. And the reason I've gone with that title is you can see this is a photo of me and my boys wearing face masks. And this was the last day that face masks were a mandatory thing back in 2021, I think it was. So we were like, quick, let's get a photo because this is pretty awesome. And who knows, in a year's time, in 2 years' time, in 10 years' time, what significance this is going to have on anything. So let's quickly snap a photo. So you can see I have printed that out as well, and that's going to layer on top. And I knew that I had designed this floral cluster so that it sat a particular way, so that my shadows were all going like the right way for it to sit on the page. And I'm just making sure that I've got that placement correct before I stick anything down. You can see I've got that long stem on the top flower there, and I was like, how am I going to make this work? And it worked perfectly so that I could cut all of this still as one big piece on my cameo, but that stem would still be hidden behind the title and photo without any weird gaps. I am using double-sided tape here today because my ATG ran out and I could not be bothered refilling it, so I just pulled out the double-sided tape. So I'll use that and my Nuvo glue. Just layering those up. I did also add a layer of tissue paper behind my photo just for something different that wasn't the same like texture paper, the same paper texture as everything else. It does obviously have that different texture to it. Popping my title up here, and I'm really loving the way this is looking. I've got this other floral up here. I just made sure I used 2 of those same florals and the same leaves. I'm going to stick this up the top so that it goes off the top of the page. And then I'm going to lay out a couple of labels. I'm going to add a couple of other small embellishments. And again, with my other embellishments, I do add extra texture. Again, just so that there was something different to just all the flat paper elements. So I'm going to have two labels at the top here. One is the dark green, and then I've got the other one with this orangey peachy colour on the bottom floral. I'm just going to stick those down. And again, I printed that top floral cluster the same way. So I just played with the placement and the angles and the shadows and all that kind of stuff, merged all the layers together and saved it. What I did do is so once all the layers were merged together, I did save it as a PNG, and then I opened that PNG file up in my Silhouette Studio software. I did a trace, so I traced around the outside edge of those layers, and I did a cut, and I'm pretty sure it was just a cut outline layer, so just the outside edge. And then after I did that, I did an offset on both of those, and then that gave me the white border all the way around so that I didn't lose my shadows. If I had cut it so that it was just right up against the edges of the florals and the leaves and stuff, I would have lost the shadows that I had there, which would have lost a lot of the dimension that I've created. So by doing that offset, I have managed to keep all of those shadows that have printed on there as well. I hope that all makes sense. I can do a step-by-step screen record if you want. Leave me a comment if you do want me to do that, and I can get that happening for you. As you saw then, I did add in some hearts as well. So they're the hearts from the collection. I have added stitching down the center of all of those, and when I stuck them down, I put a little bit of dimensional adhesive on either side of that center line and kind of folded the heart so that the stitch line is flat on the page with the outside edges of the heart folded up a little bit. I've only done that with the top heart, so the bottom ones on all three clusters are glued flat to the page, I think. And then finally I am adding in the sequins. These sequins came in my Spellbinders advent calendar from last year. They are the perfect colour to go with this collection. So if you got the advent calendar, like I said, perfect colour to work with this collection. It's gorgeous. It works really well with that floral that I've got down the bottom there. So I'm just adding 3 lots of 3, and I just need to go back in and add a little bit of journaling and the date, and my page will be done. But here are some close-ups. Like I said, make sure you head over to Tracy's blog, and we will make sure that we link everything in there for all the pieces of this gorgeous collection. It is entirely free, so make sure you head over there and grab it. I hope that you've enjoyed my share today. If you do have any questions, please make sure you leave them below. As always, thank you so much for choosing to spend your scrappy time with me. I really do hope you've enjoyed, and I shall see you in my next process video. Have a fantastic scrappy day, my friends.